Join Kids Hut family.
Wow, this is such a huge box.
Who is it from?
It's from Bill. Let's open it and see.
Yay, let me help you.
Whoa, Tia, this is the best gift ever.
Indeed it is. Well, you have not opened my gifts yet.
You did not give me anything yet, Tia.
Haha, here you go.
What's that?
I made this sweater for you. And these chocolates too.
But, Tia, it's just a sweater and chocolates. It seems like you don't love me that much. Have you seen the gifts that my friends have given me? I have got lots of toys and branded clothes.
Tofu, you are belittling me. I made the gifts for you with so much love.
But, Tia, I did not mean it that way.
I understand what you mean. Do you want to hear a beautiful story?
Yes, please.
The Princess and the Salt. Long, long ago, in an enormous castle, there lived a mighty king with his 3 daughters. One sunny morning, as the king was taking a stroll in his garden, he called his 3 daughters. He wanted to know how much each of them loved him.
My lovely daughters, come here to me. I have a question for you all.
Good morning, Father. What is that you want to ask us?
Oh, my dearest Stella, tell me, how much do you love your father?
I love you as much as I love gold.
On hearing this, the king puffed up with happiness. He then called out to the next daughter.
My dearest Julia, tell me, how much do you love your father?
Oh, Father dear, I love you as much as I love diamonds.
On hearing this, the king was even happier. He then turned to his youngest daughter and asked the same question.
Oh, my dearest Jane, tell me, how much do you love your father?
Dear Father, I love you as much as I love salt.
As Jane said this, her eyes glittered with love for her father. But the mighty king was so angry with his youngest daughter that he ordered her to get out of the palace forever.
How can you say that? For you, is my value only as much as some salt? Get out of this kingdom now, you ungrateful little girl. Never come back here again.
And the furious king ordered to banish his daughter to the forest and close the gates of the palace on her. Distressed and rejected, poor little Jane wandered around the forest. Suddenly, she heard the sound of a horse's hooves galloping towards her. The frightened princess ran and hid inside the hollow of a tree bark at once.
Oh no, who is that? What if he abducts me? Oh Lord, please save me.
The horse halted near the tree and a handsome young man jumped off to the ground. He had seen the princess hiding there, and so he called out,
Oh, young lady, don't be afraid. I will not harm you. Do you need any help?
Who are you?
I live in the neighboring kingdom. I am a wealthy merchant. What are you doing all alone in this dense forest? Are you lost?
The princess stepped out of the hollow tree bark and started sobbing. She then told the young man about whatever had happened.
I love my father so much, but he doesn't understand.
There will come a day when he will finally understand your love for him, O young princess. Don't be disheartened.
The merchant and the princess quickly fell in love with each other and soon they were married. Years passed and one day the king lost his way while hunting in the forest. Finally, as fate would have it, he reached the doorstep of the wealthy merchant and asked for help.
Oh, young boy, can you help me? I am lost. I have been wandering in the forest for 2 days. I am tired and hungry.
The merchant immediately recognized the king as his wife's father. Despite knowing, he kept quiet about it and welcomed the king inside his house. Take some rest and I shall arrange some food for you, Your Majesty. The merchant went inside and told his wife about her father's arrival. The young princess quickly dismissed the cooks from the kitchen and decided to cook food on her own.
You may leave. I will cook the food today.
After some time, a big feast was laid on the table for the king. There were a variety of dishes, and the king, starving like anything, dug into his meal. And as soon as he took a bite, he got furious.
Oh Lord, what is this? How can someone eat something like this? It has no taste. I demand to speak with the cook immediately.
To his astonishment, his daughter stood right there in front of him.
Hello, Father. Your food tastes bad because there isn't any salt in it. Our lives would be terrible without salt in our food, wouldn't it? Do you now understand how much I love you, my dearest father?
The king stood up with tears in his eyes and immediately pulled his daughter into his arms. He embraced her and promised to never doubt the love she has for him ever again.
That was a wonderful story, Tia. I am sorry for the way I behaved. I now understand the love that you have for me. Giving valuable gifts doesn't define love. It's the efforts and the intentions of a person that defines the love we have for each other.
You got it absolutely right, Tofu.
Oh no, Tia. Look, it seems like the kitten is dying of hunger.
Yes, Tofu, it seems so. Let's get a warm blanket, some food, and water for the kitten.
Look, Tia, the kitten is so happy eating all the food.
Indeed it is. This whole incident just reminded me of the story of Princess Aurora and her kindness.
Really?
Princess Aurora. Once upon a time, in a magical kingdom far, far away, there lived a beautiful princess named Aurora. Aurora was known throughout the land for her kindness, compassion, and pure heart. One day, as Aurora was walking in the gardens, she came across a small, wounded bird lying on the ground. She gently picked up the bird and cradled it in her arms.
Oh, poor little thing, you must be hurt. Don't worry, I'll take care of you.
The bird looked up at Aurora with its big sad eyes and chirped weakly. Aurora felt a surge of love and compassion for the small creature.
Don't worry, my little friend. I'll take you to the castle healer and he'll make sure you are better.
Aurora carried the bird to the castle and the healer tended to its wounds. After a few days of rest and care, the bird was fully recovered.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you feeling better, little bird. You're free to go now, but please come and visit me anytime.
The bird chirped happily and flew off into the sky. Aurora watched it go with a smile on her face. That evening, as Aurora was preparing for bed, she heard a knock on her bedroom door.
Who is it?
It's me, your fairy godmother. May I come in?
Of course, godmother.
Aurora's fairy godmother, a kind and wise old woman, entered the room. My dear Aurora, I have come to thank you for your kindness and compassion towards the wounded bird. Your pure heart and selfless actions have touched the hearts of the gods, and they have decided to grant you a special gift.
Oh, godmother, I don't need any gifts. I just wanted to help the poor little bird.
I know, my dear, but the gods insist. They have granted you the ability to communicate with all animals, great and small. Whenever you need guidance or comfort, you need only call out to them, and they will be there to help you.
That's an amazing gift, godmother. Thank you.
You're welcome, my dear. Remember, always follow your heart and use your gift wisely. And now it's time for you to get some rest.
Good night, godmother. Thank you again.
As Aurora drifted off to sleep, she couldn't help but feel grateful for her special gift and the many adventures that lay ahead. And she knew that with the help of her animal friends, she could overcome any challenge that came her way. Aurora was overjoyed by her new gift, and she spent every day exploring the kingdom and speaking with all the animals she encountered. She learnt about their habits, their homes, and their families, and she made many new friends along the way. But as much as Aurora loved her gift, she also knew it came with great responsibility. She used her ability to help the animals in any way she could, whether it was finding food for a hungry family of rabbits or soothing a sickly fawn back to health. One day, as Aurora was walking through the forest, she heard a faint cry for help. She followed the sound until she came upon a group of bears who had gotten themselves stuck in a muddy pit.
Oh no, poor bears. Don't worry. I'll help you.
Aurora called upon a group of burly beavers who were nearby, and together they worked to free the bears from the pit. It was hard work, but they finally succeeded, and the bears were overjoyed to be free once again.
Thank you, Princess Aurora. We are forever in your debt.
It was my pleasure to help, dear bears. I'm just glad you all are safe now.
From that day on, the bears became some of Aurora's closest friends, and they often came to her for help and guidance. And Aurora, with the help of her animal friends, continued to make the kingdom a better place for all creatures, great and small. As the years passed, Aurora grew into a wise and kind queen, and she ruled her kingdom with fairness and compassion. And though she had many challenges and responsibilities, she always knew that she could count on the love and support of her animal friends to see her through. And so, Aurora lived happily ever after with her heart full of love and her kingdom full of joy.
Tia, my teacher told me that good always overcomes the evil. Can you please tell me a story about it?
That's true, Tofu. I do have a story about that. Princess Rose. Many years ago, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a beautiful princess. Her cheeks were blushed red as a rose, and she had beautiful blue eyes, and so everyone called her Princess Rose. Her beauty was so exquisite that people left no stone unturned in praising her. She loved roses so much that the gardens of the kingdom were full of beautiful red roses. She was the prettiest girl in the whole kingdom, and so some of the witches envied her too.
Oh, Mother dear, can you please do my hair into a pretty braid of roses? Yes, my precious, come to me.
And so Princess Rose sat by her mother while she did her hair into a beautiful long braid. She asked the servants to pluck some fresh red roses for her daughter to enhance the braid.
Oh, Leela dear, go and bring my daughter the freshest of roses from the garden.
As commanded, Leela went to the garden with a basket and plucked some fresh and dewy red roses for the princess.
Thank you, Mother. This looks so pretty.
As Princess Rose went out in the garden for a stroll, a strange old woman appeared and asked for help. "Oh, pretty little girl, come here, come to me."
Hello, do you need something?
"Give me some dimes. You can see that I am very poor. I will give you a favor in return."
Here, keep these. You need this more than I do. I hope your poverty flees away in no time. You can always come to this palace for help.
Keep this beautiful black rose in return. It will stand out of all the other red roses. Water it just once and it shall bloom into a huge red rose.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. I will plant it in my garden among the other roses.
Princess Rose hands a bag full of dimes to the old woman, wishes her goodbye, and hops into the garden with happiness, singing a beautiful song. Her voice was so pretty that all the birds flew to her and fluttered around her.
La 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 la, la ra ra ra, la 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 la, la ra 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 ra.
"Ah, I hate her. She is too nice," says the old woman, who was nothing but an evil witch. The witch was envious of Princess Rose since she was a little girl. She walked away with a cunning smile after handing over the black rose to the princess. Let's see who praises her beauty after she turns into a terrible black rose for the rest of her life. She shall remain a black rose until the teardrop of a noble man falls on her, and she might die into ashes when someone plucks her. Ha 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 ha! Abracadabra, bling blang bloom! And as the cunning old witch curses her, a thunderstorm struck, and Princess Rose was trapped inside the black rose. The rose fell on the ground, and as the wind blew, it landed on the feet of a noble prince in the kingdom.
Oh, what an attractive black rose! Ah, what a beauty! Who could possibly throw it away like that?
The prince picked up the delicate black rose, admired its beauty, and planted it in his garden. He was so astonished by the beauty of the black rose that he would talk to it every day and water it. He was saddened at the thought of the black rose being abandoned like that.
Oh, pretty rose, who would do that to you? You are so admirable, and you make me believe in the beauty of nature.
Years went by, and the young prince would talk with admiration to the black rose and water it every day, until one day the prince was saddened, for his mother had died. He went out in the garden on one such starry night and talked to the rose for hours. Suddenly, the prince started to cry, and his teardrops fell on the black rose. And alas, the evil witch's spell was broken. The beautiful black rose turned into the princess rose again.
Oh, noble prince, you saved me. You brought me back to life after so many years of darkness. Oh, I can't thank you enough.
Oh, young princess, it's you? The whole kingdom has been looking for you for so many years. There you are, finally. I have always admired your beauty. Oh, look at your beautiful eyes and your blushed cheeks. Your name justifies you. You are just like a fresh and delicate.
Thank you, Prince Charming. All these years you have showered me with love and watered me. I never felt lonely, as you were always there to talk to me every single day. You made me realize that even though I was not Princess Rose anymore, you still admired the beauty of a black rose. Oh, young prince, would you spend the rest of your life with me and shower me with love just like you did when I was nothing but a rose?
Oh, my beloved, you have stolen the words from my heart. I want to marry you. And finally, the good overcomes the evil, as the black rose turns into Princess Rose again and lives happily with the young prince. The evil witch turns into ashes with anger as the prince embraces Princess Rose in her arms in front of the entire kingdom.
I love this story, Tia.
I loved it too. After all, it's a story about the good overcoming the evil.
Good night, Tia.
Good night, Tofu. Once upon a time, there lived a lonely couple who only wished to have a child. They lived in a little house all on their own. At the back of the house, there was a small little window from which a splendid garden could be seen. This garden was full of very beautiful flowers and herbs. No one dared to enter the garden, as it belonged to a witch named Dame Gothel. One day, the woman saw a plant called rampion, which is used to make salads.
Dear husband, I have a strong desire to have a salad made out of that plant.
Oh, but that belongs to the wicked witch.
Oh, please do something. I really want to eat those rampions.
Okay, dear, I will try to get it for you.
At midnight, the husband climbed the wall into the garden of the witch and started taking some rampions. The man took the rampion and his wife made a salad out of it and ate it. But the very same night, there was a knock on the door, and the man knew something was wrong.
How dare you, human! Come into my garden and steal my rampions like a thief. You will suffer for it.
Oh, please forgive me. My wife saw your rampions from the window and she wanted it so bad that I could not say no to her.
Oh, if that's the truth, then I will let you have as many rampions as your wife wants, but only on one condition.
What is that condition?
You must give me the child which your wife will bring into this world.
The man, in his terror, consented to everything. As time passed by, the couple gave birth to a beautiful little baby girl. But that very same night, the witch came to their door and took away the baby girl, leaving the poor parents in complete sorrow.
You are such a beautiful looking girl. I will name you Rapunzel and take care of you. Ha 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 ha.
The witch kept her locked in a tower with no doors and stairs, but just a small little window. As the time passed by, Rapunzel grew into a beautiful girl with very long golden locks. But her beauty went in vain because the cruel witch never allowed her to go anywhere. Sad Rapunzel just used to stand at the little window and sing sad songs. When the witch had to visit Rapunzel, she used to ask Rapunzel to let down her hair.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair to me.
One day, when Rapunzel was standing at the window singing sad songs, la la la, a very handsome prince was passing by. He stopped and looked here and there to see where this beautiful voice was coming from. La la la.
Oh, what a beautiful song! Who is singing so beautifully?
The prince noticed the beautiful voice coming from the tower. He wanted to climb the tower and looked for the door, but could not find one. He went back home in dismay. But Rapunzel's singing had touched his heart so much that every day he started going to the forest to listen to Rapunzel's songs. One day, he was standing behind the tree when he saw the witch coming. And he heard what she said.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair to me.
Then Rapunzel let down her long, beautiful hair. And the witch climbed up the tower.
Oh, that's the way to climb up to the tower. I shall do the same.
The next day, when it began to grow dark, he went to the tower.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let your hair down to me.
Immediately the hair fell down and the prince climbed up.
Oh, who are you?
Oh Lord, you are the most beautiful maiden that I have ever seen in my life. I have lost my heart to you. Will you marry me? Will you be my wife and live with me in my kingdom?
Oh, my prince! I wish that was possible. But the witch won't let me go out of this tower. And if she comes to know about you, she will kill you.
I don't care. You are coming with me now. Come on, let's go.
Oh, Prince, I am ready to go away with you. But I do not know how to get down. If I let down my hair, then how will I get down?
You are right.
You have to go now. The witch will come soon.
Yes. Don't worry, Rapunzel. I will think of something and come back tomorrow.
That moment, when the prince was climbing down the tower, the witch saw him.
Oh, so he wants to take Rapunzel away. They both will have to pay for this.
The witch climbed the tower after asking Rapunzel to let down her hair.
You treacherous girl! How could you even think of betraying me? You shall pay for this.
The witch took a big pair of scissors and chopped off her long, beautiful tresses. Rapunzel was left all alone in the desert by the witch to live in grief and misery. Meanwhile, the prince returned the next evening to take Rapunzel away.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
The wicked witch let down the long braid that she had chopped off from Rapunzel's hair, and the prince climbed the tower without knowing what danger was awaiting him. When the prince was about to enter the window, the wicked witch chopped off the braid just to see the prince fall off the tower into the thorny bushes under the tower. The prince started bleeding from his eyes as the thorns blinded him completely. The witch cast a spell on the prince, and he wandered in woods around the world without any sight and survived in poor conditions. Meanwhile, the prince roamed about in misery for 2 years, and finally he got to the desert where Rapunzel was left by the witch.
La la la.
He suddenly heard the beautiful, sad voice of his beloved and started shouting in excitement.
That voice! That voice! Is it you, Rapunzel? Is it really you?
He went towards it, and when he approached, Rapunzel said,
Oh, Prince, you finally found me. I missed you so much. I am so happy to see you that I can't stop crying.
2 of her tears fell on his eyes, and they grew clear again, and he could see with them as before.
I can see again. Oh, my sweet Rapunzel, what have they done to us? Let's go back to my kingdom.
He took her to his kingdom. After a year, Rapunzel gave birth to a pretty little baby girl who looked just like her, and they lived happily ever after. Get up, Tofu, or you'll get late for school. Get up, Tofu. Tia, you? What happened? That was... Yeah, I know. That was me in your dream. Now get up and get ready. For your favorite rhymes, stories and more, join Kids Hut family. Subscribe here.